Hello, our team is composed of Maridel, Mauricio, Uche, and Roberto. Our goal here is to create a portfolio which will contain 4 Mexican companies and 4 American companies. This portfolio will be focused on obtaining good returns at a reasonably low risk. We'll begin talking about the American companies. We'll be looking at HCA, Apple, Comcast, and P&G.
Hi, my name is Meredel Monga,
Hi, my name is Uche Okapo.
and for this project, our expectation was that Hillary Clinton was gonna win. And for that reason, we decided to design a portfolio that will preserve capital, prevent loss, as well as maximizing growth. And we didn't want to take too much risk, so we chose portfolio that had less volatility in order to minimize our risk exposure. And for that, we chose for the American side to pick Procter and Gamble, HCA Healthcare, Apple, and Comcast Corporation. I will be talking about Procter and Gamble and HCA Healthcare, and Uche will be talking about Comcast Corporation and Apple. So the reason to choose Procter and Gamble is because first of all, it's an American multinational consumer good, and they have the reputation of having dividend growth, long-term dividend growth, as well as they have a beta of 0.63. The ROE is 16.61%. And Procter and Gamble is like a consumer sells mostly consumer goods. That means that most of the product will be sold whether the country is going through like a recession or bad time or good time. And now Procter and Gamble is going through like a major cut cost that is um, expected to be around 10 billion, and by reducing their cost, the profitability will increase as well. The earning per share is 3.89, and it is expected to be 2.21 next year. The second company is HCA Healthcare. When we looked at the Hillary Clinton plan, she was focusing on healthcare, trying to like make it better. So we believe that she will be keeping the Affordable Care Act. And since the Affordable Care Act was first launched, we realized that a lot of people were able to pay off their debt. Those people who weren't able to pay the debt before, but now they were able to do that. So that reduced bad debt exponentially. And for a healthcare industry, it's really nice to know that people will be able to pay for the healthcare cost. So the beta is 14.14, and the earning per share right now is 6.71 and is expected to be 7.1 next year. Now Uche will talk about the other two.
The two companies I chose were Comcast Corporation and Apple. I chose Comcast Corporation because it's an American global mass media company, and it is the largest broadcasting and cable company in the world based on its revenue. It has a beta of 0.99, and its current EPS is 3.50. This company has a favorable growth rate, and it is considered as a growth-oriented company, and has put up a historical EPS growth of 33.93%. Its earnings growth in double digits is definitely necessary, and it's often an indication of a good prospects. And its ROE is 15.22%. The next company I chose is Apple, and Apple is a company is a multinational American company that's based in California, and it develops, sells, and produces customers' electronics. And why I chose this company is because it has a beta of 1.50, and since the beta is greater than 1, it means the security price is more volatile than its market. And the EPS growth is 8.31, and the ROE is 37.92%. I'm going to give you two reasons why I think you should invest in Apple. And one reason is because Apple is highly profitable as it has a 32.02% gross margin. It uses its investors' money well with its 37.92% ROE, and it has generated plenty of free cash flows over the past 4 quarters, and it has 50.01 billion. The second reason is because investors always expect high of Apple. Since Tim Cook, the Apple CEO, became the CEO of Apple, like people have always expected more from this company, and because this company is a big company, of course they always look forward to satisfying their customers' expectations. So these two companies were the companies I chose based on their growth rate and their ROE, their EPS, and the way it has functioned and the stocks have functioned. And we chose these stocks because we thought Hillary was going to win the election, and these are stocks that are going to encourage anybody who's looking to invest in. Thank you.
We'll now begin looking at the Mexican companies. We'll be looking at Walmart, Soriana, Yenova, and Coca-Cola FEMSA. As part of the Mexican companies we are recommending for this portfolio lies Coca-Cola FEMSA. This is a bottler company. It produces, commercializes, and distributes products for the Coca-Cola company, mainly its main brand Coca-Cola, but also other beverages like juices and tea. This is an international and a big company. It's not only located here in Mexico, but it's also located in other Latin American countries like Nicaragua and Panama. We picked this company because it has shown tremendous growth. I mean, in the last 6 years, it has already shown 211% growth. And even though it's an established company already, we believe there is still room to grow for the company, and it also does have plans to keep growing. I mean, right now it has plans to make new plants in Texas next year. So I think that also shows as a whole that the industry is still having plans to grow in the future. So we believe it will be a right pick for our portfolio. And also one advantage this company has, or this stock has, is that it has relatively low risk, since it's not a technology company, it's not an innovation company. It produces everyday products, and its risk is not that high, so it could counterbalance with the other stocks of our portfolio and decrease the risk while still maintaining relatively high returns. Another pick for a Mexican company for our portfolio would be Yenova. Yenova mainly specializes in transporting and distributing gas throughout Mexico. Right now, Yenova is in a growth stage. It's expected to invest close to $150 million in the country, and that's mainly because the industry right now has a lot of potential. According to a study of International Business Monitor, there is likely to be an increase in gas demand all the way through 2020, mainly because there is an expected increase in demand from the manufacturing and the residential sector. Right now, uh, Innova has been the second most winning company of the IPC, and 87% of Bloomberg analysts recommend the buy of the stock. So that's part of the reasons we believe this will be a right stock for our portfolio.
First, Soriana. Soriana was founded in 1868. It's a grocery and department store retail chain headquartered. He has a presence in 260 cities in the countries. Soriana size from August 250 is a what shop big thing for a ground. We have performed 25% in the last 52 weeks. Soriana is a very strong company in this moment. He has a price value book in 1 pesos 16 price and pre-sale of 60 unlike of his principal competitor. The last quarter, Soriana has a revenue increase in 39%, the net income increase in 10%, the revenue reflect this increase in 12%, Orange segment increasing 4% to the net income was partially offered AliExpress increase 2 billion pesos. Soriana is a big company. He has a major potential of rare size. No way, the action is not very overly into comparison for the same sector. In the next year, in the first shop is improved for the home ceramic, an association that recently he removed with the Falabella in the Chile. It hopes that this increase the price of the stock in the market. Actually, the stock price is 44 pesos. The e-commerce are 70 million pesos. The bidder is 18, and this stock is is necessary to the portfolio because he had increase in the next year in the finally this quarter. The other stock we are talking is Walmart. Walmart is engaged in operating self-service store. This last quarter, Walmart net sales we are up 10%, the same period with the last year. Now the operating income grew in 13% for Walmart. The rental sales, same-store sales growth was an important factor in the third quarter. Walmart are also highlighting e-commerce with a sub and growth rate over 20%. Recently, Walmart sell a suburbia clothing chain to Port Liverpool for about 1852 million. The company reported a net profit of 10 billion pesos to June and September period, up from the 5 billion pesos in the same period the last year. I think these two stocks is necessary for this portfolio.
This concludes the stock selection for our portfolio.